It was a quiet afternoon in a small rural village nestled beside a forest when 11-year-old Min heard a high-pitched, desperate cry coming from the riverbank near his home. Curiosity led him to the water's edge, where he discovered a tiny fawn, soaked and shivering, its wide eyes filled with fear and confusion. It had likely been separated from its mother during a recent storm and now stood alone, bleating softly for help. Without hesitation, Min peeled off his jacket, wrapped the trembling animal in its folds, and carried it gently in his arms back to his house. The little creature, sensing warmth and safety for the first time in hours, stopped crying and curled up against the boy's chest. Min's heart ached for the helpless fawn, and from that moment, he vowed to care for it like a member of his own family. At home, Min set up a warm corner with blankets near the fireplace. He dried the fawn carefully and gave it warm milk through a small bottle. It remained nervous for the first day, but Min's gentle hands and soothing voice slowly calmed its fears. As the days passed, the fawn began to follow Min everywhere. It would nuzzle his hand for treats and spring around the garden as Min laughed, clapping with joy. They shared countless playful moments, quiet walks in the early morning, games in the yard, and even afternoon naps together. But as the fawn grew stronger, a part of Min knew that the little animal did not belong in a human home forever. Still, he tried not to think about that day. Then, one morning, the fawn froze by the garden fence, its ears perked up, eyes fixed on the distant tree line. A soft cry escaped its lips, a call of recognition. Across the field, a larger doe stood motionless. The fawn called out again, and this time, the mother answered. Min stood still, his hands trembling. The fawn turned to look at him, then back to its mother. Tears welled in the boy's eyes. "You found her," he whispered, voice cracking. He stepped forward and opened the garden gate. The fawn hesitated, then slowly began to walk toward the forest. But before vanishing into the trees, it turned one last time. Its deep, gentle eyes met Min's. In that brief gaze, it seemed to say everything words could not. Min wiped his tears and whispered, "Goodbye." That evening, the house felt quieter, emptier. But Min knew in his heart he had done the right thing. He had given the fawn safety, love, and the chance to reunite with its real family. And in return, it had left behind a memory, one of innocence, connection, and a bond that even silence could not break.